Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and Apple is still working on their upcoming AirPods to replace AirPods 2 and AirPods 3, and also AirPods Pro 2. And this is a look at what AirPods Pro 3 might look like. Back in April of 2023, a news story came out about Apple working on AirPods Pro with a display built in. MacRumors actually published the story, and you can sort of see what it looks like here, and these are sort of a representation of those. So other companies have done this already, such as JBL with touchscreen interfaces on their case, and it looks like Apple may be doing this very soon. So let's go ahead and open these up, see what it looks like, if it could be anything like we could expect with AirPods Pro 3, and we'll see if they even pair with the phone. So let me go ahead and get my unboxing knife here. Cut this open. There we are. And let's see what we've got. So again, these are just a model, or they supposedly work, but they're not going to be AirPods quality, I would imagine. So let's go ahead and open them up. And there was also a story about these that were posted recently about someone copying sort of what Apple's idea was. But again, JBL already has this idea. So inside here, you'll see it looks very generic, but basically we've got a little user guide, how you would pair them with your iPhone, and what they would do. So let's go ahead and take this part out, see what we've got in here. We'll take out the middle here, and we've got a USB-C to USB-C cable. So it's not braided or anything like that, but just generic USB-C to USB-C. And then it looks like we have some different tips that are in here, and some just fell out, but we have some tips that are in here that would go along with it. So again, not super high quality compared to what we get with Apple, but again, it gives you an idea of what to expect. Let me go ahead and move this out of the way, and we'll take a closer look at the AirPods, or whatever we'll call them, the headphones with the display case. So here they are. Let's go ahead and pull this little piece off the front. And now, based on the previous ones we saw here that I showed you, it's definitely not sort of an edge-to-edge screen, maybe a little bit smaller than I would have expected. And then, of course, if we open them up, it turns on just like that, shows unlocked. And if we take out the AirPods, again, these are not real, but they look pretty close to real. So let's go ahead and remove this piece. Maybe we could charge our regular AirPods with them, and this gives you an idea. So let me remove the real AirPods Pro 2, show it to it next to it. So it's a little bit different, definitely a little different size. The one on the right is not real. You have a different sensor on the top, and then on the right-hand side. So very similar, but not the same. If we pull off the front piece here on both of them, this gives you an idea. So very, very similar. They're not exactly the same, and I would imagine the AirPods Pro probably work better with your iPhone. One other thing we could see with the next version of AirPods is the ability for it to measure your pulse using your ear. So that's something that's long been rumored we may or may not see, as well as additional sensors that could benefit from iOS 18, maybe with accessibility features and much more. So with extra sensors, we may get that, but of course you would need more battery for that to work properly over time. So we could see maybe a larger battery, or maybe reduced battery life if you're using those features. So this case actually has sort of a matte feel to it. It's not quite the glossy feel that we already have. You see mine's quite scratched up, and of course it's not designed by Apple, but it looks very similar. Again, if we open it up, let's see what it does. We can swipe here, so we have some controls on it. Then we've got another control here, and that's it. Let's see if it will actually pair with my iPhone. So we'll see if we get anything here, or we have to go into our Bluetooth settings and actually add it. So I was able to pair these, and it shows up as TWS-A8 Pro Plus. If we go into there, that's all you can really see about this as far as device type. It says headphone or whatever you want to select. Now, as far as what we've got with options, we have a few different things on the main screen. So if we swipe here, we can switch between different wallpapers on the display itself. So we have a little world there. We have what looks to be an ocean, and maybe a sci-fi scene, and more. So we'll just select maybe this one here. And then if we swipe through, we have different things for the interface. So what this is this is a light. You can use it as a light. Swipe again. We've got our play controls. So if I tap here and hit play, it doesn't really, well, I guess there it goes. It actually did control my phone. So it's now playing here. you'll see if I tap stop, it stops. If I advance forward, it advances forward. And so it's actually working. So it looks like it works as far as controlling different things. If we swipe through, we've got brightness controls. If we tap this button here, we can bring it brighter or not as much. We've got settings. Now going back through the settings, I was actually able to find a way to turn the language to English. So you'll see it says wallpaper that we had before. We have find headphones. If we scroll through, we have an equalizer, so we can change it to different modes such as normal. We have rock, pop, classic, jazz, and then back to normal. If we go back again, we can swipe over and we have noise control. So what we have here is it says, well, it's a little hard to read, but it says teens, adaptive, and ANC. So some of the wording is a little off, but it does work if you turn it on. And then if we scroll over again, we have settings, which says be current. And then we've got our controls again, and then light level. So if we tap on this, again, it's like a little flashlight. So if we go back and we go back into settings, the menu is a little odd where we go through volume, then we tap this little arrow here, go to brightness, language, and that's it. So that gives you an idea of how it works overall. Now, as far as using the AirPods Pro 2 in the same case, they seem to fit just fine. No problems there. You could use this case if you wanted to, but then it pops up and it's a little odd here. So it sees it, but it's not paired with this case, and it's just off a little bit. But that gives you an idea that it is the exact same size. As far as other things the case could actually do, well, it possibly could have something such as Siri built in, as on the bottom here, we have a microphone and then a speaker and then USB-C. We also could have other functions where we have album art in the future and much more. So I don't think this is a great representation of what it could possibly be in the future. And I'm not sure that it's actually needed, but it is something that is kind of just different that we haven't seen really with Apple. Of course, we have with JBL and others. And as far as wireless charging, well, I don't think this has anything built in. It has sort of a matte finish on the back, but if we place this on the MagSafe charger, which is active right now, so you'll see nothing happens, but if I place it on the iPhone, it should charge. There we go, it's charging. So we know that this works, but it just doesn't work on here. And I don't think there's any magnets in it. It's not aligning itself or anything like that. So in general, it's a neat idea and something that we may see eventually on AirPods, but we're not really sure if Apple will ever release this. Like I said, it's been on JBL and other AirPods before, but let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Is this something you would love to see on AirPods Pro 3? Or maybe Apple just tried it out. Maybe they'll actually produce this. Maybe they won't. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you'd like to get your hands on this wallpaper, of course, I'll link it in the description like I normally do. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.